style. Ringo TV. Ringo TV. Ringo TV.
Welcome to another edition of Black Male Advice TV. I'm your host, Ringo. Make sure you click the like button, subscribe, and support the content. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Black Male Advice TV. I'm your host, Ringo, and we are back again with a new video. Today we have a very interesting topic. What we're going to be discussing is the topic of who is Melanie King? Opportunist or Moses for Black women? Who is Melanie King? You know, as a content creator that's been on YouTube from 2006 till now, I specialize in uncovering all the details needed when dealing with different issues, different topics. I'm able to find anything I need to uncover the truth. And what I notice within this space is that there seems to be this idea of like beta male simps that hold certain women on pedestals. And I noticed that this particular woman named Melanie King seems to be a woman that is being plastered all over the space as some sort of voice for women. I noticed that a lot of simps support this particular female. But, you know, as always, I always do my background checks to find out more details. Is she an opportunist? Is she a fraud who is just capitalizing off of the talking points that Black men have been speaking on for years? These are the particular things that we must consider. I personally feel that Melanie King is an opportunist who don't really believe a word she say. She just say it because it's good for business. You see, the likes of Kevin Samuels, the likes of Derek Jackson, and a host of others, it's as if though this business of feeding Black women lies is a multi-million-dollar business. And what I realize is that Melanie King is being promoted by various content creators, and she's being pushed pretty fast. And they're trying to make her grow and, become more popular, but popularity and growth is not new to Melanie King. Oh, not at all. You see, I did my background check. And based on my findings, Melanie King is not a new content creator. But for some odd reasons, you have a lot of people that are saying, her videos are getting a lot of views. She's growing. She'll hit 100,000 subs by thus and so and so. Listen, let me make something clear to you. Melanie King actually had a lot of YouTube success, to say the least. You see, in my background check, I realized that she have probably about 6 channels. I would say about 6 or 7 different channels. I've learned a lot in a short period of time. And I can clearly see that there was some sort of catastrophic event that took place in her life. And she decided to, I guess, renew or rearrange her life and find a new niche that can bring in the money. And what better way than to act like a so-called pick-me? And see, this is why I've been teaching you brothers that when you see females on social media identifying themselves as pick-me's, please understand, brothers, that all of them are reform 304s. All of them are not genuine. All of them are just here to play games and pander towards black women. And their goal is to satisfy their pockets while selling black women lies. Because you have to understand something. Black men have been sharing truth on YouTube for a long time. We've been speaking on various issues. Some of us been around for many years. Channels are literally stagnant. We haven't grown, but we have spoken truth over the years so much, so many times. And what I realize is that a lot of content creators like Kevin Scamuels, Melanie King, and a host of other female pick-me's are using the talking points of prominent, successful black men that have been speaking on various issues for years, but because these are females, and because these females come into the public with a certain level of outward beauty, they're being placed on a pedestal. So when we look at Melanie King, she's not new to YouTube. Based on my findings, it's very evident that she have multiple channels. Now, she have a particular channel that she started that is taking off, and a lot of simps are on there. A lot of men support her. A lot of women support her. And what I notice is that the focus seems to be on how she looks. That seems to be the focus, how she looks. I've seen her on various platforms, and it seems as if though the men are blinded by how she look. But no one talks about how she acts. No one talks about her true nature. No one's talking about her true character. You see, I do my research, and what I found is that she also have a channel that is just called Melanie King. And on this channel, I noticed something very disturbing. She had a particular video there. I believe she have 2 videos on that channel. She had other videos that was on that channel, but she removed all the videos. Yeah, that's right. Again, I be in these streets and I know what's going on. Keep my eyes open to the streets. Anyway, she had 2 videos on that particular channel that pretty much caught my attention, and I want to really talk about this. I'm gonna actually look into these particular videos and I guess do a further study on Melanie King, because there seems to be a lot that needs to be discussed concerning this particular woman. It's very interesting because when I went to her channel and I looked up her name, because you know I do my research, right? I noticed something that was very interesting. I noticed that she had two videos, and these particular videos were very interesting to me, to say the least. It really brought out something that is disturbing, meaning that she is trying to, I guess, reinvent herself, to say the least, to start over. Because the particular videos in question that I found was of her literally talking about how she is going through something in terms of a divorce and so forth, and how she's afraid because she have to start over. And I looked at the video and I kind of just, wanted to see exactly what's going on because, as a content creator, you have to do your research. So I listened to the video, and she have a particular video called My Life Fell Apart. And we're going to do videos about these particular episodes. She have a video titled My Life Fell Apart. And I looked at the video, and I noticed that she's talking about a divorce and all this other stuff and blah, blah, blah. And, it's interesting, right? And when you go to that particular channel, you don't see no subscribers. You just see two videos. And she also have another video titled, I Have to Start My Life Over and I'm Terrified. Now, at first glance, I know that this woman struggled with some sort of mental condition, some sort of issue that is going on within her life. And for whatever reason, she must have got with a fella that was just interested in how she looks, even though he knew she had some sort of issue mentally. Now, that being said, I clicked on the video on how she have to start her life over and she's terrified. And as I'm looking at this video, she's crying, putting on the tears, the typical things that get under the emotions of people that make them cater to her. And she typically won over a lot of people that were concerned. And this video was pretty much posted based on the YouTube system over 2 months ago. So now when we do a process of elimination and we really look at the timeline of events, it's very evident that the channel called Melanie King, not her channel that she's posting content on now, but her channel just called Melanie King, was started in August 2nd at around 2016. And that channel had other videos. For some reason, the videos is no longer there, which is typical when someone is trying to reinvent themselves. They have to start all over. And now what I notice is that she has these talking points of, I guess, trying to be a pick-me, a woman who have all the answers on relationships, a woman who have all of this great advice, And I'm hearing everyone saying she's doing such a wonderful job. She's a breath of fresh air, but actually Melanie King is an opportunist. Yes, that's right. On her Melanie King official channel, she have about 30-something thousand subscribers, which is pretty light because, again, Melanie King have multiple YouTube channels. And I'm talking about YouTube channels that are mega channels. I mean, not only do she have channels, but she have channels with her daughters. She have channels with her ex-husband, because, after all, I do my research and it's very important that you do yours. I've done my research, so I know that she's not new to YouTube. She's not new to success. She's not new to making money on YouTube. She's not new at all. She's just reinvented herself. And she got pretty much connected with various content creators that were infatuated by her outer appearance, which I am not impressed with because I judge a woman by the character of her heart. Sadly, many men don't know how to do that, so they fall victim to the game. Now, in my study and research, I noticed that she have multiple channels. Some channels have over 700,000 subscribers. Some have over 500,000 subscribers. The original Melanie King channel, if you go to that channel, you don't see no channel subscribers listed. But if you go to Social Blade and you type in that particular channel name, it clearly says that her channel have over 263,000 subscribers. So Melanie King is not new to any sort of YouTube fame, any sort of success. She is accustomed to that. It's just so happened that a catastrophic event took place in her life. She decided to find a new niche to make some money. Now, that being said, let's run down a little history lane to find out exactly a little background. Melanie King been on YouTube for a minute, and she's been doing videos on TikTok. She's been doing videos on YouTube with her daughters, and her husband, in whom it is alleged that he divorced her for whatever reason. I've seen various videos where other content creators were assuming that she was married to a white man. I can confirm, based on data that I actually have and my search throughout YouTube, that her ex is actually a black man. So I can confirm that. And they used to do, I guess, like these family related type reality style videos on YouTube. And based on Social Blade, a few of these channels is bringing in revenue. And I'm using all of this because, after all, this is to find out who Melanie King is, to understand if she's an opportunist or not. Because at the end of the day, a lot of people think that she's new to YouTube. A lot of you think that she just kind of popped out of thin air and just started making videos about relationships, black women, black men, and you bought into the whole Derek Jackson type mindset. Really, Melanie King is like a female mixture of Kevin Samuels and Derek Jackson. And they are marketing her based on how she look on the outer appearance, which is designed to seduce all of you simps, which is designed to get the super chats, which is designed to get the subscriptions, because a lot of you thirsty brothers, you are attracted based on what a woman look like on the outer. So she know the simp will sign up. She know the simp will be at her beck and call, because she know, based on her outer appearance, the caked on makeup and so forth, that somehow it's gonna make the simps come knocking at the door. So she is in fact a woman who saw the so-called black sector of YouTube. She saw the different niches. She saw various male content creators speaking on different issues. And for whatever reason, she connected with other content creators who promoted her, mind you. And now she is literally flourishing because of men that promoted her. And they're promoting her as if she's some sort of savior for black women. The truth of the matter is, Melanie King is in fact an opportunist, a woman who is using the talking points of various content creators, just like Kevin Samuels. Same exact thing. She's using these talking points of these particular men, and she is pandering towards black women. And keep in mind, and I need for all of you to understand this, according to Kevin Samuels, right, a woman who is hitting her late 20s is typically in the danger zone, right? According to Kevin Samuels. Now, this particular woman is a single mother of 2, and she is in her 40s, which means by Kevin Samuels' standards, she's in no man's land. Now, when you put that together, A woman that is in no man's land, a woman that is a single mother of two, divorced, right? For whatever reason, because it is said that her ex has divorced her. We don't really know the ins and outs of this, but for that brother to pretty much bounce or whatever the situation is, because I know exactly how he looked because I've done my research and I've saw all the videos and the family moments and so forth. It's all on YouTube. All you got to do is search. So all of this is public knowledge, public record, directed on YouTube for human consumption. Now, for whatever reason, her marriage fell apart, and she made that video talking about she have to start all over. It could be that the husband was one who helped in the process of the production of all of the previous YouTube channels that she have in question. Maybe she don't know the passwords for these particular channels. Maybe she don't have access to these particular channels. See, I'm trying to understand the nature behind this, because when you go to all of her other channels, because she has, like I said, it's about 6 or 7 other channels. All of these channels are literally over 500,000 to 700,000 subs strong. So Melanie King is not new to YouTube. She's not new at all. I didn't actually go and look at the dates in terms of when all of these particular channels were created. I may have to update that in the comments section for any new coming viewers. But what I can say is that she's done a lot of doll toy type videos. It seemed like it's more targeted towards children. There's a gaming channel, I guess some gaming channel with her daughters and so forth. And I guess she was the mastermind behind those channels. They filmed videos throughout their home, and for whatever reason, something must have took place, because when you look at these particular channels and you look at any newer content, there haven't been no new content posted to these channels in a long while, which kind of rings a bell to let me know that maybe it's a possibility that the husband may have had access to the passwords to these channels, which prevented her from actually gaining access to the monetization of these channels. It's a possibility, because when you think about it, she started a whole new niche where she's now talking about issues in relationships. And keep in mind, again, this is a single mother. She's in her 40s, no man's land. She got 2 kids, a divorcee, and for some odd reason, she seems to be the voice for Black women. Now, based on Kevin Samuels' standards and talking points, this woman is in no man's land. She's a divorcee, a single mother of 2. So how is it that in the so-called manosphere, this woman has been appointed as the face and the voice for Black women? Like, who authorized this? Who's behind this? Who determined that she is fit to speak for Black women? I want to know, because she's not married, right? She don't have no husband. So how is it that she has become the voice to speak for our women when she have no success in these areas? And see, this is what I've been teaching people for a long time, that you have to stop listening to people that don't have no results, but they seem to speak all the right things, but yet they never practiced it in their life. Just like Kevin Samuels, always trying to tell Black women what they need and how they need a high value man and what they need to do to have a successful relationship. But when you look at Kevin Samuels don't have no marriage. The man was divorced twice. That's pure failure. So how is it that Kevin Samuels is giving you ladies advice on what you need to do to have success? And yet, when you look at Kevin Samuels, he have no success in his life. How could anyone listen to a Kevin Samuels or a Melanie King when both of them have nothing but relationship failure? You see, you can't make this up, people. You really can't. So who is Melanie King? Is she an opportunist or Moses for black women? Because in her video where she was talking about how she got to, I guess, her life fell apart, in that video titled, "My Life Fell Apart," she claimed that it's her calling to reach black women. That's what she said. All of a sudden, it's her calling. Let me tell you something, people. I've been on YouTube since 2006, and I can tell when someone is an opportunist and a fraud. It's very easy to pinpoint. Number one, she's coming under the guise of a Christian. She's coming under the guise of it's her calling. She's coming under the guise of praise the Lord and all of the typical Christian vernacular, all of that type of talking points that Christians would normally do. That is what she possesses. And when I look at her, what I see is a woman who is very controlling, a woman who carries the spirit of Jezebel, a woman who have some sort of mental issue. She's suffering from some sort of issue. I can see it on her by the way she talk, by the way she speak, and by the pure fact that she's speaking so many different things under various videos. And it sounds good. It sounds interesting. But when you really think about it, brothers and sisters, she have zero success in relationships. So how is it that she have all of this knowledge and all of this information? Because she's an opportunist. You see, there is a lane for women like her to step into. Because a lot of you sisters that claim you in the truth, you're not speaking on camera, you're not talking about nothing. So what the manosphere did is they uplifted this woman, dusted her off because she was going through a struggle. For some odd reason, something went wrong because, again, she have multiple channels. I'm assuming she have ownership of those channels. If not, it's possibility that the husband, the ex, have control over those channels and possibly have the passwords and access to all of the monetization in terms of where the revenue goes. Because again, if you go to all of these particular channels and you go to Social Blade, it'll pretty much give you an indication of what those channels are earning. So the question that you must ask yourself is all of those earnings going directly to her? Think about that. Because you know, a lot of you simps, you go to her channel on the so-called Melanie King official and you're super chatting, you're donating, you're doing all of this other work. But do you know that she have multiple channels? And all of these channels are pushing 1 million subscribers. Do you know that? And again, this is not about hate in terms of hating on someone's success. I could care less about any of these females on YouTube because, as I told you many times, brothers, never take advice from women, especially women that are single mothers and women that have no husband, because you're just wasting your time at this point. What we're doing is an analysis to find out who is Melanie King, an opportunist or Moses for black women. Now, how could she be a Moses for black women when she haven't crossed the Red Sea yet? Think about that. You see, Melanie King is not new to social media. Brothers, Melanie King been around. Melanie King been around for a long time. And this is something you brothers must understand. See, I got the details and I already done know what it is. And I may have to post certain things on my Patreon because I know a little more background about Melanie King. Oh yeah, you see, the internet don't hide nothing. Oh yeah, the internet don't lie. I know exactly what I'm talking about. Because when it comes to social media, what you post on the web stays on the web. So when I look at Melanie King, I see an opportunist who is using her sex appeal to lure in simps, to lure in men, to lure in women, because after all, everybody loves to watch somebody that looks attractive, right? But my question to the so-called manosphere and all the simps that are supporting this opportunist, because she is an opportunist, because she have no relationship success. She have no husband. She's a single mother. She's in her 40s, in the danger zone, in no man's land. But yet, Kevin Samuels support the likes of her. Other content creators sing her praises. But yet, if we were to talk about another sister that's in her 40s with 2 kids, that's divorced and single, we would say that brothers need to leave her alone. Isn't that ironic? That brothers would tell other brothers to leave these single mothers alone, to leave these divorced women alone, but yet when it comes to Melanie King, oh no, these brothers are singing her praises. So my question to the manosphere is this: if Melanie King weighed 300 pounds and she was dark-skinned and she have 2 kids and she got online talking about typical talking points that black men have been sharing for years, how many of you brothers will be supporting her and super chatting her and subscribing to her channel? Absolutely none of you. So why exactly are black men supporting Melanie King's channel? Because she's a light-skinned mixed woman. A light-skinned mixed woman who have their attention based on her outer appearance. And these men are infatuated by the way she look because they all would love to smash. Those are facts that can't be denied. And this is why so many men on social media are simps, because they all promote females that teach using the talking points that men in this space have been teaching for years. And it became a big business. Teaching black women lies by pandering toward them and feeding their emotions is big business on YouTube. Derek Jackson became very successful by selling black women lies, and he's still selling them lies. But now we got Melanie King selling black women a bunch of lies, a bunch of words that she really don't even live. Because most of the words that she get come from other male content creators that most of you probably never heard, or you heard but you don't support because they don't have a vajayjay. And we all know that black male content creators love to support women that have some sense of outer beauty. But when I look at this woman, all I see is an opportunist. A woman who was divorced, a woman who is a single mother, a woman who is in no man's land based on Kevin Samuels standards. So based on that, why are black women taking advice from a woman that have no relationship success? It seemed like you folks are listening to all the wrong people. I'm a brother who actually have long-term success. I'm actually a real husband, have a real wife, and long-term family success. But yet, when I speak on relationship issues, everybody act like they don't hear, but they all seem to tune in to gather ideas to speak on their channel. And then what we have is a bunch of single mothers speaking on the very talking points that I teach. And yet they're getting all of this praise. They're getting praised all over the place, how great they are. They're just such a breath of fresh air. And none of these women have husbands or any long-term success. And I find that to be very, very suspect. So again, who is Melanie King? Opportunist or Moses for black women? I say she is an opportunist and one who saw the black sector of YouTube realized that there are people that speak on commentary in terms of relationships, and she decided to tackle that in hopes to become very successful in that area. But again, this is not nothing new to her. This is something she always been doing. This is something she always done. She always been on YouTube. She always had success in terms of, talking about different things and having various channels that speak on different things and different creative stuff. Again, if you do your research, you'll find all the information that is needed. I know exactly how her ex looked. I've seen the videos. I actually downloaded multiple videos already before those videos get pulled for whatever reason. But I know a background on this particular woman. And based on my findings, she's an opportunist. And I don't think that anybody should be taking her serious when she's talking about relationship issues, when she's talking about, her life fell apart. Those 2 videos that she have on her Melanie King channel are designed to get under your skin and your emotions and make you gravitate towards her. Anytime you see a female on a camera crying, just turn the video off and go your way, because she's looking for attention. Because if you're in a video crying as a grown woman in your 40s, but yet you had time to put on all that makeup, get your hair done, you had time to do all of that, but then you want to cry on camera, you are an opportunist. And I'm calling it out for what it is. This is why I do not support any of these female content creators, because most of them are opportunists. They're not legit. They're not original. They're not really focused on finding a real husband, because in most cases, they ran off the husband that they had. And that's a fact. So brothers, who is Melanie King? Opportunist or Moses for black women? Because again, in her video titled My Life Fell Apart, she literally said that she is Moses. She compared herself to Moses, fam. We're going to have reaction videos where we're going to talk about that, and we're going to break down all of her videos. We're going to break down a lot of stuff because she had a lot to say in terms of relationships. So it's only right that we discuss who Melanie King is and find out more details about her background, because I know that she's not legit when it comes to a woman that actually want to speak about relationships. I don't want to hear that, because you don't have a relationship, so you can't talk about one. The only thing you could talk about is failure, not success. Because if you had success, then you could speak on it in terms of relationships. So again, Melanie King is not new to YouTube. She's not new to this particular space in terms of like what content is and speaking on different issues. She's not new to none of that type of stuff. She's actually one who been on social media for a while. She witnessed many different things. She's created different content. Like I said, she have other channels that deals with other things. And it's very, very interesting. Let me see something here real quick. I want to see something real fast. Hold on a second. Let me see if I could pull this up real quick, because I want to see when a certain channel was created. Based on my findings, one of her channels have over 1 billion views. And I said billion with a B. One of her channels have over 1 billion views. And that particular channel was created in 2015. And it shows a picture of her 2 daughters, and her husband. You understand? Again, simple research, background checks, you could pretty much find all of this. All of this is on YouTube. All of this is on YouTube for anybody to pretty much find. And as a content creator, I do my research before I talk about different issues. And I make sure I take screenshots, which I am doing right now, of this particular channel, so I could gather the actual proof of what's going on, because again, I don't just talk, I do my research. So that being said, fam, this video is who is Melanie King, Opportunist or Moses for Black women? Commentary and criticism to pretty much find out the ins and outs of who she is, to learn if she is qualified to even speak on Black issues in terms of relationships when she actually don't have one. So, with your comments, your feedback, let me know what you think of the video. This is Black Male Advice TV, the only channel on YouTube bringing you the truth, 100% raw and uncut. I'm out, y'all. Peace.
If you like our content, consider supporting via Cash App at $Ringo TV Raw. Become a patron on patreon.com for exclusive video content not shown on YouTube. You could also support through PayPal at paypal.me/Ringo TV Raw. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the bell to be notified of new content. Follow me on Instagram at Ringo TV Raw.
This is Black Male Advice TV, the only channel on YouTube bringing you the truth, 100% raw and uncut.